Hi, my name is Sonia Adcock. This is a straight out of the camera shot. As you can notice, the background is a little bright and doesn't recede very much. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to separate your subject from your background to get more depth and interest in your photo. After I separated my subject from my background, I was able to work with the image to create this. So, let's get started and I'll show you the first steps to creating an image like this. Okay, so your first step to separating your subject from your background is to mask out your subject. I'm going to use my quick selection tool and just begin outlining my subject. The nice thing about the quick selection tool is that it really does a lot automated. And then you can guide it and help it along as you go. This one's doing a really good job, just selecting right where I want it. If you find it's having a hard time getting the edges or you do more than you would like, you can always hit the Alt or Option key, and that will subtract some of where your selection is. But as I said, on auto, this is finding the edges quite well. Some images are a little harder to find the edges, and you'll find you'll have to tweak it a little more. All right, now my subject has been selected, and I am going to select a curves adjustment layer. Depending on where you're going with your photo, what your intention is, you might do many different things. But for this tutorial, I'm going to select the curves. As you can see in my mask, my subject is selected, whereas my background is black, which means nothing is going to be affected. I actually want the reverse, so I'm just going to hit Control-I because I want to work with my background. Whatever is white is what you're going to be working on, so pay attention to your mask. All right, now I'm going to just pull down in the midtones, and that's going to affect my background. Now, that's about as dark as I want, but as you can see, my edges are very crisp and it looks quote-unquote photoshopped. This is where I'm going to go in and make my selection much cleaner. So I'll hit on my mask, and you'll go to this button, Select and Mask, and then I'm going to zoom in just so I can see the edges a little more and make sure I'm getting, you can see that's where it went over a little. So I'm going to move up my feather until it looks more natural. Now, light always has fall off. It's not nearly as sharp as our selection tools would like to make it. But this feature here with the select and mask will help to move and create a more natural looking light fall off. I'm going to smooth this up just a little. Well, not just a little, quite a bit. Now, if you find that you've done too much and your feather is just a little too much, this is actually what I want. It looks more like light. Light always has some fall off to it. But if I find that I've done too much, I can come here to the contrast, and that starts to help that feather get a little harder. So I'm not going to add any contrast here. All right, now you can play around with these settings and see what works best for you to help you get the proper light fall off that you need to look natural. But that looks good to me. I might go in and clean up this hat area a little because it didn't look like I got it quite well. I'm going to hit OK. Right now I'm just going to zoom into where this hat is and get a soft fuzzy brush and just paint a little because this hat area is bothering me. All right, and there you have it. An easy way to separate your subject from your background so that you can isolate them and work with either one selectively. All right, thank you. I would love your feedback. Please be sure to comment below and stay tuned for our next tutorial.